scaling your border and dimensioning a floor plan using AutoCAD 2013 Academic Version. In this tutorial, we are going to scale our border that is in the bottom left-hand corner to fit around your floor plan, and then we will dimension it. To start with, I'm going to pan in and zoom in to our border. I'm going to start by highlighting, and I'm going to change the layers right away. So I'm going to go back to Home up here and change my layer to the actual border layer. That's the first thing we're going to do. Okay, oops, missed that one. There we go. Okay, then what we're going to do right away is scale our border up. And I'm going to click on the bottom left-hand corner, and you see I have OSNAP on. And we're going to scale it up by a factor of 32. And that scale 32 matches when we originally scaled up our drawing limits. So there you can see that the border actually fits around our floor plan. Next, what we're going to do is change to the dimension layer, and you can see that it's already there. And we're going to dimension. Before we do that, we're going to go back to Annotate and get into our Dimension Style Manager. Go to Modify, and from here we're going to go to Symbols and Arrows and choose our arrowheads as Architectural Tick. And we're going to change all three of these, leader as well, just in case, to Architectural Tick. And what that does is actually gets it to the correct format. Click on OK and then close. Now we can begin dimensioning. So we might want to move this drawing right away just so it's a bit more centered because of how our dimensions are going to go. So I'm going to highlight it, M for move, find a base point, and then I'm just going to kind of move it over. There we go. Okay, zooming in a bit, our first dimension is going to start and go from here to the window. And you can see we have 4'6". Our second dimension will go across the window, so we know how big our window is, which happens to be 3 feet. And then our dimension is going to go for the overall wall length. So we're going to click on the exterior walls, and there we go. We have a 12-foot wall. Zoom out a tiny bit. We'll dimension this window here. So once again, start, endpoints. There's a 4-foot gap. And again, dimension our window, which we know is the same. And there we go there. Okay. And finally, what we'll do is do an overall dimension of the entire wall length, which from there to there should be 12 feet again. And there we go. Okay, on this side we're going to leave it because we're going to assume that this window here is identical distance and size away, so we don't need to dimension that. And then on here, the last two dimensions we need to put in are going to be the door width and how far the door is over from the side. So we'll click on here. There's our distance away from the wall, and our last dimension is going to be from the edge of the wall. Nope, sorry, that's the wrong one. From the door opening across, so we know how wide that door is. And you're going to see that they overlap. So what we're going to do is actually take these two out and dimension the door first. And you can see by doing this, there we go. And then we're going to dimension from here to there. We're going to put the dimension the other way. There we go. Okay, I'm going to zoom out a tiny bit or scroll out, and you can see now that it is all dimensioned. So the last thing we need to do is simply add in our text. So I'm going to switch over to our text layer. So go back to Home and grab our text, and OK. And down at the bottom here, we're going to put in our name. So today we're going to be, let's type in text, and our text height is probably going to need to be, I don't know, maybe let's try 6 inches tall, or maybe 4 inches tall. Okay, oops, hit escape. So type in text again. Our start point can be, and I'm going to turn off OSNAP, F3, and click, and 4 inches high, rotation angle, and we're going to be today John Doe, not John Doe, but John Doe. Hit enter twice, spacebar to come back. The date, we're going to be rotation angle of Feb of 2016. Our scale, in this case, is going to be 1 to 32. Oops, I get that in there first. Our scale is going to be 1 to 32 because we set this up and scaled it up by 32 times. And finally, our drawing number is going to be 1 of 1. So hit text, bring that back, and it's going to be 1 of 1. Okay, whoops, I kind of messed up on my text size there, so we're typing text once more, and we're going to start point, height of 4 inches, rotation, and it's going to be 1 of 1. Okay, there we go. If I want to move these things to center them, I can. I might want to change my snap a little bit smaller. So we're going to change our snap to maybe 1 inch. What that does lets us to kind of move this just slightly into place a little bit more evenly and accurately. So we'll slide that up. There we go. And our 1 to 32 we'll just move over here a tiny bit. And finally our 1 of 1 just to match up so it looks a little nicer. There we go. And finally, whoops, let's move that. There we go. And then finally our title. We'll type in text one last time. And we'll start about here. Our text height can maybe be, this time around, maybe 8 inches tall. Rotation angle. And what do we want it? It's going to be, we're going to call this our small shed. There we go. Simple. And we'll drag it into the center and make it there. There we go. Okay, that completes our drawing. If you want to print it out, you would simply go up to File, Print, change our name of our plotter, and in this case we're just going to pick one of these ones, or printer, and we'll pick this one here. Save it to letter, display, we're going to use extents, center it, fit to paper, no, it's going to be a custom 1 to 32, and when I hit preview, we're going to ignore the annotation scale is not equal to plot scale. That is okay. Continue. And you can see now that our drawing is nicely centered. Everything's printed out. And we have everything dimensioned. And I would just simply hit the print button and now it will come on the printer. That now completes our tutorial on how to build a small shed floor plan and dimension it and make a border around it.